Look at my ugly mug now. So today we're going to go on an adventure, and the adventure we're going on is we're going to a property that I've forgotten. Well, good morning everybody. Just got to look at my ugly face now, unfortunately, and not that beautiful view, that vista that I'm looking out onto. I hope you're all well. I hope you're all doing well. It's a little bit chilly here this morning, but we're determined to make the most of it. And we're going on a little bit of a venture today, and because it looks a little bit ominous out there, because it looks like it's going to rain, we decided to do something that's called inside. We wanted to be inside today because it's a little bit chilly as well, or bracing is the word I use. Chilly sounds too grim a word, so just use the word. I'm going to use the word bracing. It's a little bit bracing this morning, although there are people out there in the sea, and most of them seem to be children, and they're frolicking and having lots of fun. We are going to do something today which involves us being indoors, and it's something exciting, something I've wanted to see for a long while, and I've seen little snippets of it on TV over the years, and I think I've read a couple of articles on it. But there's a building or a house, a home that I want to go and see, which is now in the hands of the National Trust, and yeah, we're going to come along with us and visit it, come and have some fun. You're right there, Willow. You're in the pink. Did you have a good night's sleep?
Yeah, it was alright.
Yeah, you're not too sure on that?
It was okay.
I don't know what's up with Fox, just ignore him.
I'm not blowing. I'm not blowing my nose.
Hold him down, sit on him.
No.
There you go. Go for the white, go for the white.
Blow.
He's one chips away. Lily, have you done it?
Yeah.
That was teamwork. Gonna make the dream work. All that for a clean hooter and chocolate off your face. Yeah, Fox has been having chocolate eclairs for breakfast, which I guess is the something you're allowed to do when you're that age, when you're 7. Although Hazel's been eating chocolate eclairs for breakfast as well.
I have not.
You've not. You've had egg and bacon, haven't you?
I have.
And a crumpet. And what did you have?
Egg and bacon.
I had cereal. I went for the healthy option. So Hazel, how are you enjoying this bracing weather?
It's nice.
The tide's coming further than you thought, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, that guy there said he's going to go kite surfing.
Sorry?
That guy there's going to go kite surfing.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Is he one of the people that are staying in one of the cottages next door? Oh, okay. Yeah, they're nice people, aren't they?
Yeah.
They are nice.
Bit posh, says Hazel. Everybody's posh to Hazel.
Yeah, everything.
I picked that girl up. She was in the curb, and I picked her up, and I've risen her to the heights that she's at now. She'd be nothing without me, wouldn't you? Is that true?
Yeah.
Well, that's nothing. Like,
Happy.
that's it.
Happy. I know you forgot happy. Your face has shown me you forgot happy for the last 19 years. Ah, there you go. We've been married for 19 years, folks. 19 wonderful years. 19 annoying years. They're only annoying when you came along about 7 years ago. 7 of them have been
Mildly
annoying.
12 years, really annoying 7 years.
Oh, 12 years have been disastrous.
The most annoying.
It did pick up about 5 years ago when Lily came along. Look at her, she's up and up. Look. She's sporting her just got out of bed haircut there, look. Hairstyle. Brilliant. Don't use the stairs like a normal person, Willow, will you? Oh dear. Monkey see, monkey do. So yes, we're on our way out this morning at some point, I don't know when. And Hazel wants to watch the chap next door kite surf. Then she'll be happy to get ready to go out, I think. But it does look fun, I must admit. But yes. As I said earlier, we're off to see a property that I've wanted to see for quite some time.
You can't remember the name of it.
Can't remember the name of the property. It's on the tip of my tongue. Yeah, look it up for me, please. I can't remember the name of it. And I know it so well. I know of it, so you know, I know it really well. No, that's not very grammatically good. That's not very grammatic. That's not grammatically good either, is it? I know of the property from old, but I'm not sure of the name. I did know them. I know the name, but it escapes me for this moment. Hazel's going to try and retrieve it for me now. But the property in question belonged to a woman in the 19th century called Ellen Terry. And Ellen Terry, was it?
Smallhythe place.
Smallhythe place. And the property in question belonged to a lady called Ellen Terry. And Ellen Terry was an A-list celebrity in the 19th century. She was an actress, and she bought this property, and the property itself is about, I think it's about 400 or 500 years old, I'm not sure. So there's obviously a lot of history going back even further than her. And she bought this property and she converted the barn there into a theatre. And she put on a lot of Shakespearean plays there, and the one that she's most well known for, and the one that she played out there, or one of them she played out there, was Much Ado About Nothing. And she had costumes designed and made specifically for this play that she was putting on. And the costumes are pristine, they're immaculate. There's a butterfly dress, there's all sequins and all beading. And in fact, there's lots and lots of different costumes here from that play. And they're on display. So yeah, it'd be interesting to have a look at a little bit of her life story and see some of the costumes in the theatre. So yeah, exciting thing. Well, for me it is. So come along with us. Got the odd kite surfer here. There are a couple of them out there at the moment. Looks a lot of fun. Not sure it's something I would participate in, but it's good fun to watch. I've seen these guys do acrobats over the years. Not these particular guys, but kite surfers do acrobats over the years, which is pretty impressive. Well, too much of a good thing, maybe. There you go, guys. Promised you they brought horses here. So this is low tide, clearly. Has been for some time now. There's lots of horse wagons out there in the car park, but look at that's a beauty, that one. Absolute stunner. Two have just gone back. But as you can see, they ride them up and down here when Hazel gets out of the way. Hazel, you just completely blocked the view of the horse.
Sorry.
Thank you.
Whose is that one? Show me where Willow's
There
one
you
is.
go.
Fox is doing you one. He's doing a sound.
There you go. See if I can. There you go. Bit better of you. I wonder. There is Hazel. What's the reason they do it again on beaches? There's a reason, isn't there, for running horses on beaches? I thought it was something to do with their hooves. Yeah, I think maybe I'm wrong. I don't know where I heard that or where I made that up or not, but yeah, pretty good. As you can see, she might be trotting up and down there in a minute. We'll get back if she is. So apparently Hazel's just looked it up because I inquired. I required it and I asked, and she looked it up and it says they do it because the horses run on the sand and because the water is good for their injuries or wounds, and the sand is good for their building up muscle tone and just it feels nice as well for them. So yeah, they love it apparently. Anyway, that's it. A little bit of boring information for you, but you know, hey ho. Right, we've arrived. This is the theatre tea room. So this is the entrance to it, and this is Smallhythe here. This is the house here, and this is where the actress, the A-lister actress Ellen Terry lived. And as I said earlier, this is where she carried out all of her plays in the back there. We'll see the theatre that she built and converted from the barn. Excuse me. I'm right on the road here, look. So you can hear all the traffic going by. So yes, this is where she converted the barn into a theatre, carried out all of her plays. And as I said, the most famous one that she did, or the one that she's well known for, is Much Ado About Nothing. And apparently all the costumes are in there. So we'll just pop inside and have a look. Beautiful, isn't it? Absolutely stunning. Bet this is haunted. It's my first go-to, isn't it? I bet this is haunted. As you can see, we've entered the property now. Amazing.
Right, there we go.
Great.
A bit small.
A bit dark, I'm afraid, but lots of artifacts in here.
Okay.
Perfect.
Fabulous.
Thank you.
Phew.
Welcome.
Thank you very much.
Is it your first visit here?
It is, yes.
Great. Well, the house belongs
There you
to
go.
Ellen Terry, very famous actress in her days. Big celebrity in this country. Probably the most famous woman, with the exception of the Queen at the time.
Wow.
So
Wow.
it's said. Yes. So she's on the wall there, depicted at various ages and stages of her career. Yes, very famous and wealthy when she bought this house in 1899, and then sort of lived the next 30 years here on and off. She had a house in London and elsewhere, but she would retreat here in between work, and loved it so much. She sort of chose to spend her final days here later in life. 1928 she passed away.
Oh,
and
wow.
She, her daughter created the museum from her house. And her daughter put a theatre into the barn at the back, which you can also see that by going out the front door, around
Down the side.
Yes, the theatre is still in use. We use it still for productions and all sorts of things. So it's nearly 100 years old now. And we still commemorate Ellen's life sort of annually at the time of her death. Tea rooms in the barn.
Wonderful.
Yep, and the gardens you can
Through there.
walk in.
Thank you.
Yes, there's just the one door in and out of the house, but you can wander up. Even as far as the church, if you like, the church will be open today. It's quite charming as well, so feel free to do that.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. This is the dining room where we are now, her dining room. And the stairs take you up to her bedroom and other bedrooms upstairs. And there's also the sitting room just on your right.
As you can see, these are some of the artifacts from Ellen. No theatrical days, just her general life, I guess. Amazing. Some stage-worn jewellery there. All by Charles Keane. Some stage jewellery.
Cast on her hands. She's got big hands.
Lady hands.
My fingers.
So this is the sitting room. Where we were was the dining room. There's more personal artifacts here. Just beautiful. Absolutely stunning. So I thought I'd let the guy tell you more, give you a potted history of it, because it could do it better than I ever could. Definitely did it much more justice than I could. Is that her death mask? I'm not sure. There isn't anything there. I wonder if that's her death mask. Should inquire. That was her death mask, by the way, guys. I asked the chap. I inquired and he said it was. Look how steep those stairs are. I fear taking it out of me, they have. So this is the upstairs, obviously. I think these are some of the costumes that were made for the theatre, aren't they? There you go. I lie, tell you no lies, much ado about nothing. Amazing. Beautiful, aren't they?
This is kind of boring to this one. This floor's kind of wandering.
It's gorgeous. So Hazel just pointed out to me, she worked with Bram Stoker. Fantastic. Death mask of Sir Henry Irving. Look at there, Jack Russell. Ah, The Adventures of Fussy. Fussy pictured with the drummy. It was originally presented to Ellen Terry by the famous jockey Fred Archer. Later given to Henry Irving.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, it's around the Lyceum Theatre. Became a fixture.
Do you have to be really sure?
That's the beetle wing dress. Oh, really? I thought they said it was. Some more theatrical dresses. Beautiful.
You could say that's too bad.
So that was that.
Would it? Yes, it would, wouldn't it?
Those of Lady Macbeth, 1980. Oh, this is the.
Oh, those are the beetle.
From it. No, this
Jewels.
the beetle wings became, it says, fashionable at the end of the 1800s and were used as decorations. Look, that doily's got beetle wings on it. There's the beetle.
Oh, are they real
That's
beetle wings?
Beetle wings, yeah.
Oh, wow.
This
Oh, I see.
is a travelling day.
Oh, nice.
Nice. Could do with that.
It's not called beetle wings because of this.
It's because of the beetle wings that are on it. Well, there you go. This cabinet here, look at this. Fantastic. Paraphernalia of her career. And what a career. Wow, these floors. Library room. Wonderful.
You tried to get to sleep and you had a dog.
Oh, it would, wouldn't it? All the pitter patter of the dog's paws. You're quite right.
If you had a dog,
Yeah, and then running down and back up again.
nightmare if you had a dog, it's so creaky, very good.
And of course, all the area
Bedroom,
around
boudoir.
was forested with oaks.
Look at this little theatre. Little children's Victorian theatre scene. Game, toy. Beautiful. Oh, you're not? Go for it. It's a treat.
We like a mountain.
There you go, a winter's tale. All about me. This is the back stairs. I guess would have been the servant stairs. What an amazing place. So this is from the stairwell, looking down at some of the artefacts, clearly beautiful. So as you can see, the theatre is just up here. Beautiful. And this is the back of Smallhythe House. Stepping back in time, isn't it? Phenomenal. So if you excuse the hat that I've got, it does make me look like a chubby pumpkin. It's autumnal. The colouring is autumnal. I thought I'd go with the season for Halloween and have the pumpkin coloured, autumnal coloured hat on. Anyway, we're here, as you can see, as you know, by the footage that I've put up. And I must admit, it's apart from that road, which is particularly noisy, if you could eradicate the noise of that road, it would be like stepping back in time. It'd like stepping back at least 100 years, but maybe 150 years. And I can imagine at the time that she was here, sort of latter part of the 19th century, sort of 1899 it was when she arrived. I can imagine it being very, very quiet here. Very, very peaceful. I'd like to know how she found it, really, because, I mean, You know, this lady obviously spent most of her time in Drury Lane around London, in the theatres there. As you heard the chap say, she was more famous than the Queen, or as famous as the Queen at the time. You know, and for an era where there wasn't any social media or, you know, Facebook, anything like that, YouTube like this, or indeed papers were only available to everybody, but only certain people bought a copy probably. You know, for her to have that sort of impact, it must have been, I mean, if she were alive today and she had the same sort of impact today that she had then, it would mean that she'd probably be the most famous person apart from the Queen on the face of the earth. So that outstrips all of your celebrity status today, doesn't it? Celebrity status today falls into a poor comparison next to her. And of course, you know, unlike a lot of the celebrities that I'm going to go on a rant now, this is a lady who had talent. She was gifted, a beauty, and, you know, she had everything going her way in that respect. Although, like most people, you don't know what goes on behind the doors in private. But, yeah, she must have been extraordinary. An extraordinary woman, I would imagine. And could you have got near her to meet her if you were one of the hobbledehoys like me? I dare say you couldn't. But yeah, amazing to think that somebody of that period had such an impact on the world to the point where she was as famous as the Queen. And as I say, without any form of social media, it's quite astounding, really, you know. But yeah, it's really, really enjoyable here. It's really peaceful. You can see the backdrop behind me is gorgeous, you know. And of course, the leaves are turning and the leaves are falling, and it really is an autumn day. You can smell it in the air, can't you? You can smell the change of the seasons. And yeah, it's lovely. Really enjoying it. Just got to wait for them now and get something to eat. Here they come, the hobbledehoys, loitering. If they get any slower, they'll be loitering. Let's get some lunch. Into the theatre. They still do theatre here. Amazing, isn't it? This theatre is still in use today. Sorry? So John Gielgud is her great nephew? Really? It's carrying on the tradition. John Gielgud, one of the great Shakespearean actors ever lived. There you go. So John Gielgud, that was her great nephew. Brilliant. So this lady here, Edith Craig, or her actual maiden name was Edith Godwin, as her father was Edward Godwin. Not Edward Godwin. Her father was, he was Edward Godwin. He had two children. He had her by Ellen, and he also had her brother, Edith's brother, who was also called Edward, I'm guessing obviously after his father. And they weren't married, which was shocking for the time. In fact, he left the family in 1875. And it's really interesting because, you know, I've read some of it up there, but it's interesting because at the time, I mean, that would be shocking, wouldn't it? That would be scandalous for the time. And particularly for such a, I wonder how she weathered the storm, if there were a storm at all, being so well known. But yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? The fact that today nobody gives them bat an eyelid. It's just par for the course now. But in those days, back in 1870s, 1860s at the time that she was probably conceived, would have been completely unbelievable and scandalous. I bet she was a really colourful lady, both of them, her and her mother. I bet they were amazing. Be nice if you could converse with them, find out a little bit about their history, who they were, what made them tick. And if she felt it was scandalous to be, clearly not, but you know why she didn't think it was scandalous to have children and live with a man outside of marriage. Good.
John Gilgood's chair behind you.
Really? Yeah. So John Gielgud must have paid £1. No, he wouldn't have been he may have been.
Yeah, £1.
So.
And then now it costs £1,000 to have your.
Really? Etched on one of these chairs?
Paul McCartney and Linda McCartney's got their names on.
Wow, that's amazing. So initially when her daughter opened this theatre, because it was her daughter's idea, she conceived the idea to open the theatre. Sorry? And she got she got the chairs, what, 5 shillings?
No, yeah, 5 shillings for the chairs.
She paid 5 shillings for each chair, and then she charged people £1 to have their name sort of, I guess, etched into the chairs. And as Hazel says, so John Gielgud's got one here. I'll show you him in a moment. And she's looking for Paul and Linda McCartney because they've got chairs here as well with their name etched in. I bet they paid more than £1 though.
No, they paid £1,000 at that point.
£1,000 at that point. Can you still have it done today?
I don't think so.
No, run out of chairs.
My name's Tony now.
Tony. Oh, you sitting on
I'm
Tony's
sitting
chair?
on Tony's
Very
chair.
good.
Sorry, Tony.
Or Tony. This must be uncomfortable for him.
Sorry, Tony.
So there you go. This is a John Gielgud's chair. And she's also got a chair named in her cat. A cat's chair. Oh, brilliant. Real eccentric. Real English. You're right up the back there in the stalls? You do. It's cheaper too. Although no, it's not, is it? Have you found Paul and Linda McCartney's chairs yet? I wonder if I could buy Linda's. It's not like she'd need it anymore. Or Sir John. No, that's not a very nice thing to say, is it? It's not a very nice thing to say, to be fair. Oh, really?
No, there's like a memorial.
It must be a memorial chair to her. Excellent.
Barney, that might be a cat name.
Barney sounds like a cat name. Amazing theatre though, isn't it? Just look behind me, look at that. It's amazing. It's absolutely wondrous. Look up at the ceiling. This must have cost a pretty penny to put together. I mean, when you think of, they've had to have it all, or maybe they skipped a few rules and regulations, and health and safety wasn't as...
The floor was beaten mud, and they put up a lighting rig out of car headlights.
Initially?
Yeah.
So they used car headlights initially, and the floor was mud.
In 1929.
It beaten mud.
To have it ready.
Right.
The first anniversary of her mum's death.
Wow. So she just...
Beaten mud. The auditorium was with chairs and benches on rising tiers, and a rudimentary lighting rig was installed using car headlights.
Car headlamps at that point would have been, I would guess they would have been some sort of petroleum or fuel.
They don't do the
Dangerous,
annual.
particularly with a straw roof. They don't do the annual anniversary one anymore?
No,
Why?
because, they did.
It's
They
good,
did
all
one
this.
in 1960. That was the last one
Yeah. Why?
because people couldn't commit to it.
What actors? Oh, they're...
Actors were finding it difficult.
Oh, so these were proper actors that would...
Yes.
They weren't amateurs?
No, the performers and the invited audience over the next 13 years read like a who's who of British theatre. So of the people that have performed here, Sybil Thorndike, Russell Thorndike, Alec Guinness,
Wow.
Michael Redgrave,
Yeah.
Howell Bennett,
Yeah, Harold Bennett.
Howell, Peter
Howell
Sellers,
Bennett, okay.
Richard Bryars,
Oh, Howell Bennett, yes.
Richard Bryars,
He was in...
Timothy West, Prunella Scales, Jenny Agutter,
Wow.
Martin Shaw.
That's quite a list of notables.
Yeah.
Yeah, Howell Bennett was in Shelley, I think he was. Yeah. Welsh actor. So here's a list of the notables of the day, whatever day they were. Oh, Peter Sallis here as well. I didn't hear that. And Richard Bryars, fantastic, my favourite actor. Richard Bryars and John Hurt, my favourite actors. Martin Shaw, Diana Quick, Jenny Agutter, Prunella Scales, Basil Hoskins, Donald Houston, Angela Baddeley, Marius Goring and Michael Redgrave. Just to name a few. Fantastic.
didn't stay with the family.
So as you can see, Edith Craig, that's right, Edith Craig actually herself met a female friend in the early part of the 19th, well not early part of the 19th century, the latter part of the 19th century, and then went on to meet her again slightly later than that, and they lived together, and there was some sort of partnership going. So they, whether you can conceive it, I don't know whether the lady was a lesbian or not. I'm assuming she was. My assumption may be wrong. But her mother unmarried, her a lesbian, living with another woman, her father leaving. Unbelievable. And she was a suffragette as well, Edith Craig. So real bohemian, although you wouldn't expect anything else, would you, out of a theatre family? Theatrical family would be very, very bohemian, wouldn't they, at their core? Amazing. Just phenomenal. Love it here. Absolutely staggering. Oh, I had to get that shot, and it's such a nice sort of panoramic view, as it were. But yeah, so we're done now. We've finished our, what you got there? Was that Fox's lunch? So we've done now, aren't we, for the day?
Yeah.
We're just chilling now. We're back at the cottage, and we've had a lovely day. I hope you enjoy the video that we made. Did you have a nice day, Hazel?
Yeah.
It was nice, wasn't it? Just chill and lay back and relaxed and stuff, and watched a bit of
Slow pace of
YouTube.
life. It's alright.
It's the best way. It's the best pace. Apparently, it's the best pace.
Otherwise, you're just rushing the holiday away, aren't you?
You're rushing through life, and you're not actually experiencing or seeing anything, are you? I don't blame you. Fox is nudie, sort of, but he's got his pants on.
Yeah, don't film too low down.
No, I won't. He's got his pants on, but he's been outside, so yes. As you can see, there he is with the towel around him. He's been down to the beach in his underwear. I know, and it's freaking chilling. Chilly, not chilling. Chilling? It might be chilling. It's chilly. But yeah, there's kite surfers out there. There are people that were next door this morning, went out first thing in their costumes, just walked down to the sea, and but it was really, really cold then. Just went straight into it. Ooh. But yeah, so it's okay. It's been nice. I'm going to sign off here and speak to you all soon. Take it easy. See you in the next vid. Bye.